Hello guys. So, it's been a while. I know I've made videos about consistency, so shame on me. But, maybe I should call this one persistence because there's no way I'm stopping. So, I actually wanted to make this video about time and energy. What are we putting our time and our energy into? Because, and that could be a number of things, so what are we putting our time and energy into? I don't just mean at work, because you're putting your time and energy into skills that you might see as pointless, but would actually benefit you in other areas of your life, the ability to communicate with people. Like it says in Proverbs, that is labour in all profit. Sorry, not that is labour in all profit. That is profit in all labour, or in all labour there is profit. Sorry, I've messed that up 2 times, but there you go. There's labour, there is profit in all labour. You get the point anyway. And I've realised, sometimes there's gossip at work, there's things like this, especially depending on who you have to work with. And you need to avoid that. When I say avoid it, I don't mean avoid gossiping, I mean avoid even let it enter into your mind. Don't even let that stuff enter into your mind. And also when you're getting home, especially if you've got a job that you don't particularly like, or maybe you've got a job that you do like, but you see yourself doing something greater, you should be spending your time and your energy when you get home working on something else, doing something else, working towards where you want to go. I remember Myron Golden saying this, talking about how when we are broke, and that's anybody that is not financially independent or financially free. So if you've got a few £1,000s in the bank, well done, but you'd still be classed as broke to a degree. What are we spending our time and energy on when we get home? Because as Myron Golden says, if you are broke and you're not where you want to be, when you get home, you don't have time to be watching TV. You don't have time to be having work-life balance, because your life is already imbalanced financially. So what are you doing spending your time, entertaining yourself, thinking, I don't have time to do anything, Imagine spending a full year of getting home. Let's say most people travel probably 30, 40 minutes. Let's double it. Let's say 2 hours. Let's say it takes you 2 hours travel time. So someone that's even got it more difficult, 2 hours travel time. And you've got a 2 hour travel time back home. Let's say you finish work at 5, so you're back home at 7. Let's say you go to bed for 10:30, so you've got 3.5 hours. And let's say that 2.5 hours of that time is spent doing chores. Maybe you go to the gym, maybe you've got to have some tea as well, spend a bit of family time. Let's say you've got 1 hour left. And if you get up early in the morning, you've got 1 hour in the morning. That's 2 hours, that's 10 hours a week you could be spending working towards something else, not including your weekends. So what are we spending our time and energy on? And I heard, I've forgotten the fella's name now, but I heard I think it's Charlie Morgan. I heard Charlie Morgan recently say on YouTube talking about, and he does SMMA, so for anyone that doesn't know what that is, it's social media marketing agencies, and he helps businesses essentially acquire more clients for whatever business they have. He's obviously very good at marketing, especially when it comes to social media. And he was essentially going into the fact of what are we spending our time and energy on? We have time and we have energy. If you have very little energy but you've got a lot of time, you could put your time into something with very little energy and still have some success. If you have a lot of energy but very little time, there's an equation where they both work out the same. Now, if you put a lot of time and a lot of energy into something, it's going to work. Oh, baby. It's an Aston Martin DB9. I'll be driving one of them at some point, don't you worry. So, time and energy. Where are you putting your time and energy? You know, I want you to think, guys, where are you putting your time and energy? Where do you want to be? And then if you're not where you want to be in a year, and I don't mean the total destination, I mean, if you haven't made some progress towards where you want to be in a year, but you haven't put any time and energy into getting there, what are you complaining about? You know, and this goes for me as well. I'm going to hold myself to the same standard, you know? So, that's it, guys. Time and energy. Where's it going?